This is the G Podcast with your host, Tommy B.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 298. Wow, this is the G Podcast. I'm your host, Tommy B, and the crew is here. And, of course, we're your weekly recap podcast with news, politics, pop culture, the G. Make sure you are following us on Spotify at This is the G Podcast. If you haven't done it, go ahead and do it today. Let's go ahead. We're going to jump right into news. We've got a lot to talk about this week, so we'll be right back. Here we go.
News team, assemble!
It's time for the Week in News with Syracuse Mike.
The White House continues to blame Democratic government leaders for conditions that led to the second fatal shooting of an American citizen by federal agents in Minneapolis. Spokesperson Caroline Leavitt.
Governor Walz and Mayor Frey have shamefully blocked local and state police from cooperating with ICE.
She also claimed Minnesota state and local leaders have used their positions
to encourage left-wing agitators to stalk, record, confront, and obstruct federal officers who were just trying to lawfully perform their duties.
But Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says President Trump has agreed to consider reducing the number of immigration agents in the state and to allow an independent investigation into the deadly shooting of Alex Preddy by Border Patrol agents. Walz called his Monday conversation with the president productive. Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino and some agents are either gone or soon leaving Minneapolis, and DHS has reportedly restricted his social media access as President Trump names border czar Tom Homan to manage the enforcement effort there. Bovino had been the face of ICE efforts in Minneapolis and is not returning to his previous duties. 2 federal officers fired their weapons during the fatal shooting of Alex Preddy, according to a preliminary Department of Homeland Security review. The report says a Border Patrol agent and a Customs and Border Protection officer opened fire about 5 seconds after one officer yelled, "He's got a gun." Both agents are now on administrative leave. Fulton County leaders are pushing back after the FBI executed a sealed search warrant at the county's elections hub. Some are calling it a raid. At a Thursday press conference, officials said the county complied with the warrant following legal review while standing by the integrity of its elections. Multiple FBI agents and law enforcement vehicles were seen at the elections hub and operations center on Wednesday. Democratic State Senator Rashawn Kemp expressed his outrage at the move.
These are my constituents. These are Georgia voters, and they are the ones that are being targeted.
But Republican State Senator Greg Dolezal had this reaction.
Let's stop this charade of the most perfect, most secure election in history.
County leaders say they don't know where seized ballots and records in 700 boxes are being held, but insist past election results were fair and will not change. This is all believed to be tied to President Trump's unproven claims that the 2020 election was rigged. A former Illinois deputy has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for the fatal shooting of Sonia Massey, a black woman who called 911 to report a possible prowler outside her Springfield home. Massey was the woman who told the officer, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Sean Grayson was convicted of second-degree murder in October. Grayson apologized in court, but the judge imposed the maximum sentence despite defense arguments, citing a late-stage cancer diagnosis. Massey's daughter, Summer, said this after the sentencing.
I don't think I'm gonna forget him no time soon. I don't think he really care anyway. He just sick and dying. He won't forget it. So, I mean, if he do die, maybe he going to the pearly gates, but I don't think so.
James Wilburn, Massey's father, said he understands the value of forgiveness, but still can't accept Grayson's apology since he claimed his daughter was the aggressor. Former CNN anchor and journalist Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles in connection with a January protest that disrupted a church service in St. Paul, Minnesota. Authorities say he's facing federal civil rights-related charges tied to the incident, though Lemon and his attorney say he was just there reporting the story.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Tommy B's here, and I got to shout out Tanya B's in the building. Tanya B, how you doing?
I do fine. How you do?
I am good. I'm good. Philippe Shabazz in the building. Philippe, how you doing, man?
Man,
Yes.
everything is fantastic. Just trying to stay warm, brother. Just trying
I
to
hear
stay
you.
warm.
Yeah, we are in the midst of a winter storm. I guess where I am, it's more of a watch. But for folks who are maybe northeast of us, as we
Yes.
take, we're looking at the news and they are catching hell. I don't know, Tanya B. You from Boston?
Oh, wait. Let me just say, are those red counties that are catching hell? Oops. Okay, now what were you saying?
You know it. We're in Georgia. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to go ahead and dive in to this, and I'll start by saying Chaos is what we're dealing with, and I think it's intentional chaos, and I do not believe in any way that this commander-in-chief is our collective commander-in-chief. Okay, I think he's winning for the people who are backing him, and part of the chaos that the people who are backing him have put in place is a chaotic one. What we're seeing in Minnesota. With Renee Good and Alex Preddy and Keith Porter, the ICE shootings.
Yes.
And also, just recently we're in Fulton County, or we're near Fulton County. I think Tanya B. and Talib, you are in Fulton County, where the ghost of the past has suddenly arisen from 2020, where now we're seeding this election denier rumor. That's all back in place. Just basically, we're just watching seeds of distrust. Okay, even from a NATO standpoint, we're watching partners who died with us in Afghanistan. Yeah, and then what is it? And I'm going to leave it at this because I don't want to go on too long. The Board of Peace, where you've got people who've never been our friends. We're pulling them on board now all of a sudden to be our friends.
Still not our friends. But
Still not our friends. I just don't believe that this commander-in-chief is working for us. And I don't mean that from you can look in the polls and see he's not working, No. But I mean, there's something happening here. There's truly something happening here. Now, I'll start with you, Tanya B., and then I'll go to Talib. Go ahead.
And this comes back to a whole lot of things we're going to talk about later on as well. And it's just like the billionaires control the millionaires, if that makes sense. So they say, okay, we're going to take you and hit millionaires. Here's what you've got to do. And that's just what he's doing. A lot of others are doing too, so that they can get into people's heads and control the narrative. Because if you don't listen to the billionaire who signs the millionaire's checks 99% of the time, they find people that you do trust and believe in. Oh, well, if Denzel says it, then it must be the truth. If, for those of you that don't know any better, if Nicki Minaj says it, then it must be, be the truth. And this is manipulation times on steroids.
Yeah.
And the end result is to get, just like what happened here in Fulton County, like my Commissioner Ivey said, they're trying to spook you into not voting, making you think that anything you do does not count. If there's a sign that everything that you do and every vote counts, it is now. It is now.
Exactly. Talib, let's go to you, man.
Well, I've been saying for the last year about the hypocrisy of this administration and of these administrations that we've had over the last year. Yes, the chaos is here to keep us off kilter. It's obvious. If it wasn't obvious before that Trump is throwing buckets of spaghetti on the wall to see what will stick and to see what he can get away with. And to just keep everybody off guard, to keep anxiety high, that's the goal. And it's working very, very effectively. The fact that we've got Georgia Fort, Jamel Lydell Lundy, Don Lemon, and Traherne Jean Cruz being arrested for just being a journalist. And this is just the beginning. This man, look, I don't know whether it's, just Trump and his wacky mindset and where he is, or is it the people behind Trump that are forcing him or that are, prodding him to move in this direction? All of the, the Russell, whatever his name is, Project 2025 guy. It's obvious what's going on. If everybody is looking elsewhere, then Trump can make another $1.4 billion from being the president. And that's all he's concerned about.
Yeah. He's found a path for money.
Absolutely.
In office.
Look, the man is about to sue the IRS and the Treasury Department for releasing his tax records to the tune of $10 billion.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. So let me ask you, since we're with Talib, what do we do? I mean, we see what we see,
listen,
but just as American citizens, man, because we are. What do you do?
The primary, all of these people. There should be no one left in Congress right now. Mm-hmm. There should be no incumbents left in the halls of Congress and the Senate. Period. Get rid of all of these people. Find somebody that you think is going to give you a better job. Can do a better job. But I don't know. Besides calling senators, calling congressmen right now like crazy, let them know if you will be primaried if you support ICE and all of this stupidity.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you. I hear what you're saying, but and partially because I guess we're in the midst of a partial shutdown right now.
Yes, still
yes. Government shutdown because we're trying to figure out, what do we do about funding ICE within DHS. Right. So my whole point is you can do that to leave. Who's left? What's next? Who runs it? Because here's the problem I have. Mm-hmm. I don't think Schumer and Jeffries are effective at all.
They're not.
I watched when Preddy was shot on last. We had already done well, actually, you guys were off last week. Mm-hmm. We did the podcast Friday night with Dangerous D. So Saturday, I'm watching the news, and the Preddy shooting happens. And then, I'm still watching. It's just on in the background. Then I hear they're going to Nome, who is making a statement. And because I had already seen so many different angles of this, when I heard her statement, my jaw dropped because it was nothing like. And I laughed because I'm like, where am I? The statement she gave was 180 degrees away from what she initially said. And I said to myself at that point, who's going to correct this? And the only person I saw come up in my social media, the only person I saw step out on the cable news networks was AOC. Mm. She's the first person who came. The messaging among the opposition is horrible. Yeah. And not only is the messaging horrible, but the delivery is horrible. The only person I see who's truly, I was waiting and I sat there, y'all, and I waited and I said, who's going to step out and correct her? Because most of America right now has watched the video several times. And when I mean correct, because she knows what she's saying. And she even came out later in the week, because we're discussing the week in news.
Yes.
She came out and said that Stephen Miller and Donald Trump, she gave that message based on their lead. They told her to say that. So, Tanya B.
I'm like, duh. And that just shows you how uneducated and how unqualified she is. Mm-hmm. One thing. And, and when you do, just like anybody who says something and they're wrong, and they probably know they're wrong.
Yeah.
And then they start backpedaling and moonwalking. I'm like, you know what? Bye. Get.
Yeah. Yeah. And somebody made a really good statement about the First Amendment or the Second Amendment. If he did have a gun, he had a right to carry.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because we come out on these school shootings whenever these innocent kids are killed, and we talk about, okay, why did these people have guns and they don't have a right to carry? And the first thing they go to is the Second Amendment and protect the Second Amendment. But this man's Second Amendment rights aren't protected when he actually has a permit to carry.
Right, the right
to leave
carry.
Real quick, I want to keep us moving on this.
Yeah, once again, man, look, either you're going to be for the Second Amendment or you're not. Either it's okay, like Rittenhouse and all of these other people, to carry weapons to riots, or it's not. Yeah. But the fact that you guys switch up just because of who's in office and who's the party in control is disgusting. And that's what I'm saying. Unfortunately, as a citizen, I don't know many other ways that you can express your opinion other than through the social media outlets, you know, and through the primary, through the vote. Those are the two ways that we have to express our distrust and our discontent. You know, with the powers that be right now. You know, but the thing is, what I will say, real quick, what I will say is put the pressure on Trump, because Trump doesn't like looking bad.
No.
You know what I mean? So the more you stay out there, the more you stay active, the more you say anything, this is going to help the situation. But at the same time, look, just be ready.
To your point, Talib, real quick. This week he had to reverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had to send someone else into Minnesota, and he had to back down on the folks who committed the crime. So you're absolutely right. Go ahead.
So really, that's you know, unfortunately, I don't know of anything else that we can really do. The only thing that I feel like we really can do is stay motivated. Do not let this situation just pass by without you saying or doing something. I don't care what it is that you say. I don't care what it is that you do. But the more you are active, we cannot we cannot be passive right now. We need activity. And it almost doesn't matter what you do as long as you're doing something, because every little bit is helping right now.
Tanya B., I'll give you the last word.
Okay, two things real quick. I noticed I was on, like you said, social media this morning, and I was listening to what Don Lemon had to say, what some other folks had to say about between Minnesota and the Epstein mess. And every single time I went in to listen to these folks that were speaking truth, the feed started buffering. And that's what, you know, so I think there's some triggeration in there as well. Secondly, you know, what's the bigger issue? This fool, the Orange Julius in Minnesota, but now that they got these 3 million pages, I think it is, of the Epstein stuff, where there's actually clear proof of him committing sexual abuse against minor girls, and how they were going to craft him and save him so that he could act like he's doing now, like he didn't do it. Oh, it hasn't gotten hot yet, but it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I just have to say, when it comes down to it, you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
There's so much right now that distracts us. I mean, we know right now it's the award season. You got the Grammys about to, you know, as we
Super
tape
Bowl
this weekend.
next week.
You got Super Bowl, big game coming up. That's going to be there's so many distractions right now to keep us. And even when it comes down to the Epstein files, they know exactly when to release this. They do what we call in media the Friday dump, because they know going into the weekend, people are about the weekend. They're not going to release the Epstein on Monday morning.
No.
So the media can talk about it all. Oh no, because they know that they dump it on Friday night, and Saturday morning ain't nobody watching the news. Nobody's paying attention to the news.
Oh, but here's the thing. A lot of people are stuck in their houses, and they're going to be watching the news because they want to know about the weather.
But you know,
come up.
But they're watching weather, Tanya B., and it's going to get buried. They know exactly when to release. They know exactly, and they released it. They dumped it in the midst of a massive, affected 22 million, 30 million people. Snow ice storm.
But social media is the only way that this stuff is getting out. I mean, the network news will carry it to a point, but almost every morning news show, CBS, Today Show, Good Morning America, at least where I am, in Atlanta today, were all preempted by nothing but, you know, the dusting of the snow.
But let me say this about social media, Tanya B. We don't have pure social media anymore.
Oh, that's true, yeah. And it's
even the complaints about TikTok are real. When people are being suppressed, messages are being suppressed when it comes because of the new company that's taken over, and how they actually became the new company was under this administration. So they're going to be looking out. Meta is under scrutiny from the administration as well.
Looking at everything you do, every text, every email. So people, if you have any confidential documents, do not scan or send them to anybody because they are taking everything. They can take us actually right here.
And there's a lot of fake stuff on. I mean, I was talking
it's way
this
too
week
much.
about
too much.
Facebook. But
Instagram,
you know, in terms of what to trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't truly trust social media anymore. And I'll be honest, when we do the news, when we talk about, we have our discussions, our news comes from, you know, and I just want to thank Syracuse Mike Roberts for giving us the news every week, because not only does he give us the news, he gives us the audio clips from the news. So we have the opportunity to actually hear people.
He gives us the truth. How about that?
Yeah, and that's what matters. And you know, again, last weekend reminded me of how manipulative this administration is when it comes down to the truth. Yes. And this thing in Fulton County is going to become huge.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Now, let me say this. We are hearing third term, fourth term, because what he's going to do is get his lawyers together and say that 2020 should have been his, and he's owed another term. That's what this is about.
And he'll try to manipulate the law, so he can get one. He is not FDR.
Yeah, either that or it's to just remove the evidence that he did not win. And he will be able to go on record like he has over the last 4 or 5 years, screaming to the top of his lungs that he was wrongly, he didn't get the election. You know.
Yeah. And it's sad because, you know, living presidents, you've got, of course, Obama is still alive and he's active and he's making statements. I think Clinton is very quiet right now for some obvious reasons.
Epstein.
And you know, and I don't expect anything out of W, because if anything, we should go back to what that year, 2000, and pull up the hanging chads. I'm old enough to remember. So my whole point is, okay, you pull up 2020, I'm going back to the hanging chads.
You know, it's like
because Bush shouldn't have been in office. But
Jimmy Carter, come back, Jimmy, come back, Jimmy.
Where the fuck are we?
I know.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead. I mean, we're just gonna keep it moving, I gotta go ahead. Here we go. Hang on. See if I can find you in here, Tanya B. Here we go.
Okay. Children, it's time for tea.
It's tea time, y'all. Sipping the tea with Tanya B.
We moving now because we don't know how long we got power.
I know. Oh, wait, my heat just came on. Okay, I it was so much, Tommy B, I had to print out 2 pages. Let me just get into it.
Yeah, just keep it tight.
Okay, let's talk about, Dumb Donkey of the Week. Once again, I think he's the king of dumb donkeys. It's Ray J. Now, you know, he calls himself a veteran of R&B and tech. That's debatable. But, you know, now he's getting on the what's the matter, Talib? He's getting on social media again, and now he's talking, it's almost like, I'm dying. He's had pneumonia, he's had COVID, he's had a couple of STDs, and now he's claiming that after all the stuff he's done over the years, that his heart is only functioning at 25%. So apparently he's got heart disease, congestive heart failure. But then now he's claiming that, I may not make it until next year. The doctor said I might not live. I got to get a defibrillator. And now he's talking about, you know, I just want to make sure my kids and my estranged wife, whatever she is, Princess Love, are taken care of. And then he's saying, thank you. You know, but Ray J is such a stunter. It's like, he's a stunter. Like the orange one will do anything to get a headline, anything to get attention. And his sister's out there on that tour working like she got bills to pay and she's paying his bills. I'm like, okay, man, you can't take care of your family. Anyway, so he's acting like he's about to, you know, go down to the pearly gates and they won't let him in. But now if he's got months to live, let's see what's happening, because the last time he pulled the stunt, he was trying to get a reality show and it did not work. He's been on every reality show that there is. So Ray J, go sit down somewhere. Anything for a headline. Let's talk about some real news. Now, many of us saw the movie The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock, who was very much in support of, you know, I didn't know the actor. I said, Quentin Aaron. I said, who was he? But he played Michael Orr the NFL player in the movie The Blind Side. Well, he's been living here in Atlanta, and his legs gave out and he fell, and then he ended up in the hospital on life support. They said he had a blood infection, and then they found some kind of cyst on his spine. He had what's called a spinal stroke, and he's only 41. Like I said, been in the ICU on life support. He has to get surgery, but he's going to have a long, long road to recovery. Therapy. He may be on a walker on a good day in a couple of years, but let's just lift him up, because at 41, that's a lot to do to deal with, to have to, still try to carry on and live and, take care of your family. So prayers up for Quentin Aaron. Oh, another dumb donkey. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, y'all. The so-called Kanye apology. Now, here's my thing. He took out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal. I looked it up. That cost like $400,000, okay? But here's my question. He wants to apologize, the anti-Semitic marks and all the crazy behavior and, putting his kids in harm's way. And now he's claiming it had to do with his through-the-wire accident where he had the head injury. But we all know he's either bipolar or borderline schizophrenic and clearly not taking the medication. So he's like, I'm not a Nazi. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. It wasn't me speaking. But all these apologies, I feel it's a little too late. Because there's not much Kanye could say to me or say for me to go, okay, I'll take you back from the college dropout days. And that's the Kanye that we all grew to love, and that person is not there anymore. But my thing is, are you using your illness as an excuse for all this craziness that you've been spouting and spewing all this, the abyss of untruth and lies and whatnot? And is it a stunt to get back into the good graces of the people that made Kanye Kanye?
Yes, it is. And I mean, here's the thing, and I didn't want. I was going to wait until the end, but I got to say this. Part of this whole thing is you got an album coming out Friday. I mean, why would you drop this? Let's just. Okay, I'm a 5-year-old kid. Okay, 10-year-old kid, and I'm just saying, observing this. A 10-year-old kid can see that he's dropping this so that he can sell albums. It's like the week of. But you could have dropped this apology months ago. Why didn't you?
Exactly, because he was putting out music and it wasn't selling. This record that's out now, I'm just going to put it out there, and don't come for me, whoever. It's bought and paid for, and even that's not working. So, here's a stunt to try to sell albums. But I don't know how y'all feel. I don't even want to hear it. I don't care if it is the college dropout part 2. I don't want to hear it. But here's my question. Now, you went and spent $400,000 or so on a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal. Did you not take out any ads in any black publications? Who are you trying to reach? Because most of Kanye's core does not read the Wall Street Journal. So my question is, what's your end game in this? What's the end game?
He didn't. I mean, most of the publications, the black publications, it's just secondhand. They got it, and secondhand news. They grabbed it as a headline, and I'm disappointed. I would not have printed his apology in my publication. I won't publicize it on a blog or in my social media. I'm not going to share that because it's disingenuous. It's not even real. It's not genuine. And I want to go to Talib real quick. Talib, you're in hip hop. I know you guys. I mean, Talib. I mean, he's done so much. Talib, he's got a lot of fingerprint in hip hop based on all the work he's done. What do you say? What do you look at? What are you seeing?
I have a friend of mine who used to say Kanye West is Tupac light. All of the controversy, none of the revolution.
Yeah.
And that's I have to continue with that statement because, I mean, Kanye is an opportunist. Look, man, we know that there is mental health issues going on.
Yeah.
Kanye has not been right since his mom passed away.
That's right.
Period. So, all the stuff that he's doing and saying and talking about and what Northwest is doing and rapping about and all the, you know what I mean? And the Kardashians, we can go through all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, Kanye West, you need the couch.
Yeah.
Period.
And I'm
That's
gonna
the
say
solution.
This,
That's the solution.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I want to say this, man. I think ultimately what it's going to come down to is a depletion of his funds. Ultimately, because he doesn't live in a world where he's got endless riches. He's got a lot of money. And the other thing is, I think, and I can guarantee you, the next phase is going to be he's going to the pastors. He's going to the black. If the money's going to be spent, it's going to be spent in the black church to rejuvenate whatever he was doing with this Sunday service thing to get forgiveness, and he's going to be paying.
I hope
guys.
so. That was honestly, the Sunday service was one of the best things that he's done over the last 10 years. Keep that shit going.
Oh, but he got sued behind that.
Yeah, for a reason he's doing it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. I didn't want to I wanted to stop down because we were talking about Nicki and Kanye. And we were talking about, rappers who commit crimes and basically redeem themselves. It's tough to redeem yourself when it's a crime against humanity, because you're not really what Kanye has done and what Nicki's about to do, in my opinion, they're crimes against humanity. They're not crimes against individuals where, like Snoop, you shot somebody,
you break a law,
or you break a law. These are crimes against humanity. You basically help to elect what we're dealing with right now. Right. And, whether it was 5 votes, 10 votes, or 10,000 votes, you help endorse this. And Nicki's on that verge as well, about to endorse this, whatever it may be next. And those, in my opinion, those are the crimes against humanity, because you know that it's a bad thing, but you're getting paid.
Well, would you see Kanye was there for the first orange peel term, and now this time he's got Nicki. And it's not going to turn out well for her. I'm telling you, it's not going to turn out well.
Well, I'm just saying, these people look at it as, we can forgive him. No, I mean, you're looking at a guy, if he were in Germany with that Nazi swastika shit like he did in the Super Bowl last year when he ran that commercial, and people went to the website and it was selling swastika t-shirts. He would have been in jail. The Germans would have arrested him if he were not in the U.S. If he were anywhere else, if he were over in Germany, they would have arrested him. Yeah. Enough said. I'm gonna leave it at that. What you got next? Go ahead, finish.
Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Cardi B. Well, Cardi B, I got to give it to her. She may not speak the King's English, and she may make some poor life decisions when it comes to men. But I really think she has a caring heart, and this is why I say that. Like she was with her beef with Nicki is, let's stop talking about each other's kids. The kids have nothing to do with it. But then, she does a lot of good, sometimes quietly, sometimes not. But I did watch the video of her talking about Renee Good's children, that she was going to cover all of her funeral and burial expenses, and that she was also setting up a fund for her children. And she's done this before. If you remember back in 2022, when there was that big fire up in the Bronx and so many people lost so much and they lost their homes and, didn't have insurance and things along that line. I really believe that she has a kind heart and that she's committed to her community. And like she said, when it came to her having 4 kids, her grandmother she's like, look, you got to figure it out. And I think she's really kind of, I don't want to say putting her money where her mouth is, because money helps, but it doesn't cure everything. But the fact that she is reaching back and helping people and actually doing good in her community. Because these people, a lot of times especially when they die suddenly like that, or you lose something or someone suddenly, most people don't have their affairs in order. So I commend her for stepping in. And I think now that she's had children, she's softened a bit more. And it wasn't just Renee Good. She's taking care of Renee's children to make sure that they don't go without, to make sure that they can go to college if they want to. So I give her 500
Tanya B,
for that.
as well, I'll say this. Nicki has redeemed Cardi.
Well, and Nicki started it. Nicki started it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But she's helped Cardi. She's helped her.
All the shit that Nicki has said about female rappers in a negative way, and the stuff she's doing now, has redeemed the people like Cardi, Megan, all those folks.
Even Lil Kim.
Right. My point. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's like hold them up to each other now.
Exactly. I mean,
in this situation. So yeah,
She's trash. Let's move on. Let's talk about of course, you said tomorrow the Grammys, the stakes are high for the culture, but I still say that any award, even this one, does not have the power, prestige, or influence that it used to. It's nice to get it, but I think you will agree, Tommy B, this is once again the year of Kendrick Lamar.
We'll see. I don't trust the Grammys, just like I don't trust.
We
trust the Academy.
No, we all know that, they have those backroom meetings, and if Kendrick has somebody in the room advocating for him, this will be the year of
Hey,
Kendrick.
Tanya B.
Yes.
After Beck beat Beyonce, ain't nobody trusting the Grammys.
Well, no, I didn't trust him before that. So what? Really?
No, but it compounded. Which, you know what I'm saying? Ever since that year,
yeah,
ain't nobody trusting the Grammys.
There was nobody in the room advocating for her at the time. But anyway, so Kendrick has had a great year, and you know how they reduced the categories and things along that line. So we'll see what happens. And my thing is, I saw this big headline yesterday: Bruno Mars makes history performing at the Grammys. How is that happening? I'll see. But anyway, you know what I'm tuning in to see, Tommy B?
I'm tuning in to YouTube. After the Grammys.
Yes. I'm tuning in to see who they leave out of the In Memoriam segment, because they always screw that up every year.
I just don't trust. I don't trust. I mean, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
I sound like a conspiracy theorist.
There are people that have been on this podcast. There are people that to leave you to, that have been in that back room and told you what's going on.
I mean,
what went on?
It's just like I love. If you don't believe, I love the movie Sinners. What you watching, Tommy B, is up. I did my review of Sinners, I think back in April. Okay, and I said back in April of 2025, I said that this movie is going to be relevant during award season. It's just that good. I said it back then before people were really talking about it on that level, and when I see Kendrick Lamar and I see, Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler being promoted, 16, the most awards, nominations of any movie, it's all, in my opinion, a billboard for these award shows to get people to watch so they can give it to Begonia.
Exactly.
Okay? So they can give it to one battle after another.
Look what happened with Black Panther. What happened to Black Panther?
They just want you to watch. Now they're gonna give them best costume. They're gonna give them best editing,
Ruth Carter.
And
the baby categories. That's what I call them.
Best sound. But they're not gonna give them. They're not gonna. Coogler. As much as I would love to see it happen.
Best director.
Same thing happened with Spike. He's not gonna get best director. And, I think they're going to give, watch and see, y'all. When Hamnet wins Best Picture, call me.
Let's don't say we did. Okay, I'm almost done, y'all. Let's talk about this. The Isley brothers got their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but I'm here to tell you right now.
Hey, Tanya B, I got work to do. Go ahead.
So do they. This is a money grab. If I were to write a check that said Talib Shabazz, you'd have a star on the Walk of Fame. It's all about money. And it used to be about what you did in your collective body of work. And what really convinced me of that was when Ashanti got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's all I'm saying about that. And there are people who deserve it.
Baby hair deserves it. Go ahead.
Come on, Mr. Ashanti.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
The baby hair deserves it.
Anyway, here's my thing. Let's look at it like this. For all that they have contributed to the culture, to music.
It. Come on. Why are we having a conversation about the Isleys? I know they got paid.
I'm here to tell you something.
Paid for it.
Is this about accomplishment or money? I know this is the only way that. If it's the only way that our people, like the Isleys, can get recognition, then what does that say about the state of everything if it's about the price? And when I say that, I'm going to tell you this much. Now, you may not know this, but if I read every day. Brandy and Toni Braxton were extended the same offer, and they declined when they learned about the price. The Isleys, they too have made contributions, and they have impacted the culture. There was a time when every little girl wanted to be down with Brandy, and people love Toni Braxton still to this day. And much like the Isleys, again, they have contributed to the culture. So why do you have to pay to receive an honor and recognition that you should have got all the time? To me, it diminishes what that whole Walk of Fame, that whole star on the Hollywood, what it even means. Because now
But you know
people
what, Tanya
know.
B? It's
I
kind
don't
of
know,
like
Tanya.
on a 10 times less scale. It's kind of like the book Who's Who in America?
Yeah, you can buy into who's who. Yeah,
When they
right.
send you the letter, you're
So
like,
no,
damn, I
but
made Who's Who. Oh,
wait,
okay, you
it's
got
like
the
a radio
tape.
station. I mean, it's like a radio station that takes payola. So when you look at the list and they say, well, W B Boo 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 is playing this record, and
Oh, I don't
W
believe
Boo
it.
Boo 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 Boo
They'll
takes
play
payola,
everything.
then you know that charting on that station doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean anything because you
Didn't
bought
mean
and paid
anything.
for it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So
Let me
I mean, you're
let me
absolutely right. Go ahead, Tanya. Go ahead, Talib.
yeah, I just want to just say that I kind of disagree with Tanya B on this
and you
one.
can. Okay.
Look, Isley Brothers, if you have the chops to qualify, and the only thing that's preventing you to have a star on the Walk of Fame is whatever the price tag is, then do it. Isley's, come on.
Yeah.
Isley's,
Yeah.
the community should have put the money together for the Isleys for 60
Exactly.
something years in
Right.
the music
Oh, why'd
industry.
it take so long? Why'd it take so long?
And yeah, here's my point
Well-
to that. You're absolutely right. This is a time thing more than it is a deserved recognition, because
Right.
they should have been
On there, but see,
Exactly.
back then they guarded how you had to go about getting it. Now the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, the fact that they are not in and they're just going in is
Right.
shocking. Probably should be shocking to most.
Yeah, it's like
But-
people
but
that
yeah.
haven't been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but heck, thank God they're in there. But I'm just saying, there are people that we think, Luther, Patty, Gladys, ain't none of them in there. Let me keep going. Now y'all got my pressure up.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
now
Let's do a few
we
more
gotta
and then
go.
we got to wrap.
Now
We still got power now, so go ahead.
we got to go down to the 5,000 Black Baptist Churches of America and say rest in peace to one of the greatest to ever sit behind a drum kit. And I'm not talking about Narada Michael Walden or Louis Belson. I'm talking about Sly Dunbar from Sly and Robbie.
Yes.
That man
Boy.
was a beast. Was he not a beast?
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Truly.
And if you absolutely positively have no clue, just turn on "Genius of Love" by the Tom Tom Club and
just
listen to that
Google
line.
Yeah.
Where they mention Sly and Robbie.
Exactly.
And it's prominent.
They know why. Just like they mentioned Bootsy Collins. Hello.
Yeah,
And
Bootsy
take somebody
Collins.
else. They take somebody else to recognize what we should
Right
know
before they
years
get
ago.
into the Ipsy Baba do that.
Yeah. So yeah. But
Yeah,
I'm telling you, and when people think, oh, well, they're a reggae band, you know what? I did not know of Sly and Robbie as a reggae band when I came to know who they are. So you just can't say, oh, I don't know reggae. But just, again, the impact on the culture when you talk about this man's body of work.
Go ahead and do your in memoriam, because we got a few folks.
Okay. That's that one. Okay. But I just want to say everybody from Grace Jones to Bob Marley, and it's just the end of an era, dance hall, reggae, little R&B influence. And we also have to say rest in peace to the actress Catherine O'Hara, who played the mother in Home Alone. She was in Beetlejuice. And I love that show, Schitt's Creek. I found it by accident. But the one I woke up to this morning, which really kind of knocked me for a loop, was the loss of Damon Wilson, who played Lamont Sanford on Sanford and Son. He lost his battle with cancer. And did you know how Fred had a friend named Grady on the show? His first name it's Grady Damon Wilson. So he will be sorely, sorely missed. But you can watch Sanford and Son reruns every weekend on TV1.
And what is it? The Griot. The Griot.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Iron Allen. Yeah.
All right, hey,
and Pluto.
Let's go ahead real quick and just wrap it up.
It was a lot.
Wrap it up. This is the G Podcast.
Hey, go ahead with you, Talib. Just what you got, man? Wrap it up for us.
Well, I just wanted to add one more to the in memoriam, unfortunately. Sleep in peace to Michael 5,000 Watts, from the Swisher House crew, the guys who gave us all the chopped and screwed music out of Houston, Texas. For someone to be, he was not the inventor of the chopped and screwed. That was DJ Screw. However, Michael Watts gave us Mike Jones, Paul Wall, the list goes on and on. Swisher House, in terms of a record store, was a place, that was just as important as an Earwax in Atlanta or Rock and Soul in New York, George's Music Room in Chicago. These guys were the face of the scene. And somebody like that whose influence and is still with us, I just want to say thank you. And he was a cool ass dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
and dude from the Buddha Brothers too. I can't think of his name.
Yes, that's right. The
Buddha
Buddha
Brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast with radio. Yep, LA. LA. One of the, again, just dope brothers. You know what I mean? Who were just, oh man, yeah. It's sad to see somebody like that go.
Yeah.
And they were young. They were young.
Yeah, I mean, they're in their late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah. You got anything else to lead?
No, that's gonna do it today.
Cool, man. Appreciate
That's
you.
going to do it today.
All right. You got anything? Shout out last minute.
I just want to say shout out to my mama. Just want to say shout out to somebody who I've come to just kind of really admire and love their style and their flow. Remember this name, Duran Bernard. He's from Ohio. His father's one of the best-known engineers and studios in America. He learned in the studio. He's up for 4 Grammys, first time out the gate, and I rock with Duran Bernard.
Yeah, he does the song, what, Overqualified?
Yes, you hear it on the Birdwire. That song
Yeah, I
is dope.
do.
Tell the truth. It's pretty dope. Tell the
It's a
truth.
good song.
Yeah.
Good song. Who? I think Music Soul Child remix. Who did the remix?
Oh God, no, somebody else. I think a dude from Chicago or something. I can't think of his name, but no, Duran Bernard, y'all.
Yes. All right, y'all. I just got to say, scan the QR code, our logo on social media. For the links, go to castropolis.net. Use the people poll. Love your feedback on that. Leave a message. Spotify, I always tell people on Spotify, you can actually go on, leave comments, and leave feedback there as well. If you follow us, thank you so much. Get you some Velvet Frequency. Definitely download Live 365. Listen at castropolis.net. Sunday at 4 for the Birdwire. At 6, you'll hear this show. Every week we replay the week's podcast and Smooth Vibe Soulful Beats. And yours truly is now on from 2 to 7 weekdays, Monday through Friday. I know y'all don't be listening. Don't even come at me. I need to hit that. I need to hit the dun dun dun. Dun
Okay, so now that you have said that, now that you said that, be careful what you thought.
Right.
No.
Let me.
Be careful what you thought you did not ask for, Tommy B. You better go ahead.
Now I'm gonna get an air check session.
Shoot, I don't even know what 2 to 7 looks like anymore. You know what I mean?
Like, most of us are working. We're working.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, y'all. Hey, by the way, Vi will be back. He's got some technical issues, but we're working on it, y'all. He'll be back.
Oh, he
next week.
babysitting?
Nah, maybe both, but not the children. Not the children. Hey, y'all, with that episode, hey, y'all be safe out there, by the way.
Yeah,
Guys,
please.
Be safe on the road. I know some of y'all from Chicago, from New York, and Jersey,
Boston,
and Boston, and you think you can handle it out there until a deer comes, or until some of us, like these Southern drivers out there, come close to you. So y'all take care of yourself, regardless of what you think you can do. Keep your environment in mind.
And check on your elders. Check on your elders, please. Please check on your elders. Yeah.
It's been an interesting week, man. I talked to people from Chicago who just moved here, and they say, "Damn, I didn't know it was like this." I'm like, yeah, but it'll be 70 next week.
Right, right. Hopefully.
It'll be in the mid-70s in a week.
Exactly.
So just wait. All right, with that, y'all, episode 298's in the can. Y'all have a great week. Peace.
Woohoo!
Power to the people. Take care.
Peace.
Ooh-wee!
You've been listening to This is the G Podcast. And This is the G Podcast is a production of the Castropolis Podcast Network. Thanks for listening.